name is Chris Goin. I am certified in natural therapies and have been for over 20 years. I am also the author of Dowsing to Heal, Body, Home, Business, and Earth. It's a book of all of the experiments that I did when I was proving to myself that this was real. So I think that you'll find it valuable. On this video about pendulum dowsing, even if you are a beginner or experienced, I think you'll find some interesting information here. A lot of it I got from this book, Magnet Dowsing, or The Magnet Study of Life. And you know, I'm not going to be able to say his name. It's an older book and out of print, so it's kind of hard to get. But I have put in here all of the information about how to be a better pendulum dowser. So first you have to choose your pendulum. Many people like just clear quartz, and this one is in fact my favorite. It's just a very simple clear quartz. Fuchsite, I also really like. A chakra pendulum is really good if you are trying to rebuild your chakras. And brass. This one is my most expensive one and my least favorite. So I have nothing that I use that specifically for. I also have this spirit quartz, and spirit quartz I find very valuable. It's especially good if you want to clear and rebuild the chakras. It has all of these points on it that act like lasers. So if you were to use it to rebuild your chakras, you would turn it counterclockwise for up to or approximately 2 minutes, or until you feel like it's done, and then you turn it clockwise. So counterclockwise clears away, clockwise rebuilds. You can, if you only have time to do one direction, do clockwise. Never stop at counterclockwise. And many people are concerned about or confused about what clockwise and counterclockwise is. If you are the wall and the clock is on you for everybody to read, then that is clockwise. My last pendulum is this wooden pendulum, and many people believe that the wooden pendulums are the best for healing. So then you want to cleanse or purify it. Some people will tell you it has to be purified under the moon in a bowl of salt or something like that. For me, I just do a simple blessing. I drop my thoughts down into my heart, which I do by thinking. I drop my thoughts down into my heart, and then I use the words bless. I simply bless this tool to the highest good for all. Something very simple like that. Dowsing must always be used for the good and the betterment of humanity. Never doubt or question that. It must always be done from your heart, a space of unconditional love. That means there is no judgment from your heart about what is right or what is wrong, what is good or what is bad. It is just love. Also, you will not have success if your focus is on money. Money is very self-serving, and we really have to be serving the whole humanity and not just ourselves. So focus on how you can help someone else, and the money will naturally fall into place. Many people like to spend the first few weeks asking the pendulum questions that they don't really care about the answer. This trains the subconscious to get out of the way. So, like for the first few weeks, should I wear blue today? Should I eat beef? You know, things that are, whatever questions that are insignificant to you, and you could handle the answer either way. And then once you have your pendulum, the length of the chain, I believe, should be 3 or 4 inches. No longer, no shorter. 3 or 4 inches gives you a nice, comfortable swing. Dowsing works by magnetism. We have a mineral in our brains called magnetite, and this plays a role somehow. The magnetic current travels up the feet all the way into your hand. So both feet should be flat on the floor and legs uncrossed. And each finger has a different pole: north, south, north, south, north, south, north, south, north, south. So it's important to hold the end of the pendulum simply by these 2 fingers. So one of these fingers is north and one is south. If you were to hold it by these 2 fingers, you would have 2 of the same pole. The right hand would be 2 of one pole, and the other hand would be 2 of the other pole. So you would want to hold it by the thumb and the index finger with no other fingers touching. That way you have a balance between the polarities, because otherwise you would give an advantage to either north or south, and that would not give you good answers. Dowsing also works with what is called dielectric pulses, and some of us have a higher dielectric pulse than others. However, by practicing, you build your dielectric pulse. So if you don't have good success in the beginning, don't get discouraged and just keep working at it. It's even true that to be here today with me, you improve your dielectric pulse, or to be in any kind of group of experienced dowsers, you will increase your dielectric pulse. So don't get discouraged and just keep practicing, keep building. I believe that it's also, besides the dielectric pulse, it also has to do with the unified field and how we're all interconnected at some point or somehow. Since dowsing works on magnetism, and the magnetic forces released by the sun and moon have very powerful effects on our planet, it's best to avoid the new moon, a full moon, the 1st, 8th, and 14th of the month. And quoted from that book I showed you, when the sun and the moon are in opposition, square or conjunction, inharmonious vibrations are seen at play. So you also want to avoid sunrise and sunset. You will have better success, more correct answers if you hold a magnet in your left hand while holding your pendulum in your right hand. And when using a pendulum for healing, it may require as many as 30,000 spins. So some people have figured out a way to put it on a motor, or maybe like a baby mobile, and just hang it over your body as you sleep. Something simple like that is what I always try first. There is evidence that illness is the result of a missing color in your aura. So you can make a color chart of the 12 colors and see which ones, ask it which one it is low on. The 12 colors are white, violet, indigo, copper, silver, gold, yellow, green, cyan, blue, magenta, and mother of pearl. So you would hang your pendulum over each color and see where the pendulum is drawn, see which one it gets the best swing for, or gets the most excited about. For me, the pendulum swings perpendicular to my body for a yes, and it swings parallel for a no. Or it swings at an angle or a circle when waiting. Adding magnetism to your dowsing is very powerful. It's called the law of polarity. It may be called the first and fundamental law of all creation. Only man and woman together can create a child. Only a positive and negative electrical current can produce an electrical light. Only an acid, which is positive, and an alkaline, which is negative, can produce a chemical compound. And only the joining of the 2, positive and the negative, can create a new manifestation. 2 acids cannot combine to make a chemical, 2 positive currents cannot produce a light, etc. So magnetism balances these polarities, these yin and yang. positive and negatives. So magnetism can be equated with omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. It's always there. It's always around us. So the South Pole is very hot and energizing. You would use the South Pole when you want to build something to strengthen it. The North Pole is cool and retarding. So for Cancer, for instance, you would use the North Pole of the magnet. And the North Pole is also used to get the disease to retreat. So you would simply place it on your body in this manner. Since magnetism is all around us, a right-handed person should face west when dowsing. A left-handed person should face east. Then put a magnet in the left hand to magnetize the body with the mind. And don't bring the hands close together. Douse because you want to, you have to have that distance for the polarities to be in balance. And douse on an empty table. Everything is energy. And everything has an electric frequency. So you want a very clean slate to work from. I like to use this Ohm symbol. Ohm is the highest vibrating symbol in my experiments that I found. It is said to be the first word spoken by God. It is also Sanskrit for 369. So the 3 is pretty obvious there. The 6 in Sanskrit looks like that 0 there. And then the 9 is the half moon on top of everything. So 369 is a very sacred number. And I like to put 369 on the pendulums that I use. Oh, you probably can't read it. They're visible to me. And then you still aren't ready to begin until you are relaxed in mind and body. Tension closes off our different energy pathways and electrical circuits. So it's really important to be relaxed. And that's one reason to start with a few weeks of asking it questions that you don't care about the answer to. It doesn't matter how hard we try. It's just difficult to be totally relaxed without a desired outcome. So we have to train the subconscious first. And then ask, may I, can I, should I? Sometimes the timing isn't right. Sometimes our energy isn't right. Sometimes it simply isn't appropriate. And then ask, what's going to be your percentage today? Again, for all of those factors and so many more. 0 would be all the way to the left. 100% would be all the way to the right. So you simply ask, what is going to be my percentage today? And see what you get. And then make definitive statements such as, this person's aura is lacking in at least one color. And if you get a yes, then this person's aura is lacking in at least 2 colors, etc. When working long distance, you can use a photo, a blood smear, spit, signature, thumb impression, a name on a card, and then magnetize it by holding the magnet in your left hand over the photo or whatever it is you're working from. And I like to have a chart available. Surgery and drugs is always my last choice. So I would have a chart listing chiropractic, massage, Reiki, color therapy, Bach flower remedy, Dr. Bradley Nelson's magnet protocol, Dr. Richard Bartlett's holosets, nutrition, acupuncture, etc., and see which direction it would go. So I really do hope to hear from you. My website is www.chrisgointherapies.com. That's CHRISGOINTHERAPIES.com. I really do hope to hear from you. I want to know your experiments and challenges and see if we can figure it out and learn more to share with others. Thank you.